As a society, we have to re-examine death and start looking at what role death plays in our life. I mean, back just 200-300 years ago, you didn't have to examine death because most women died in childbirth all the time, children being born died, little children died, men were going off to war constantly, and I mean, death was everywhere. You were killing animals in your front yard. When someone died, you would put them up in the house. Even the kids would see the corpse. Death was everywhere. But now we've kind of pushed death out to the sides, and we need to have a new discussion about it in terms of abortion, in terms of euthanasia. We need to talk about when you're very old, is it better to be hooked up to a lot of machines in a sterile hospital surrounded by nurses and doctors who you don't know, and live, maybe a couple of extra months? Or is it better to die a little early, be at home with your family and people who care about you, and go in a comfortable, the best secure feeling you can have? And once we decide that death is not, that the point is not to hold on to life forever, we can start looking at the fact that we kill animals for food all the time, and that is a certain kind of death. And what does that mean? And how conscious are the animals? How much more evolved are they from plants, really? And what are we trying to preserve here when we're trying to preserve life? Is it individual lives? Is it human consciousness that seems to understand the world more greatly than any of the animals even come close to? Look at all the stuff we build. I mean, my goodness, is this what we're protecting? And if it is, then maybe abortion will protect the human community, make it better, and we should consider that death, if you want to call it a death of cells, it doesn't matter, as something that is going to advance society. And you can look at things like, the fact that we had an abortion for how many decades, and it didn't seem to hurt a person. No one complained except the religious people. And we can start looking at abortion as something that we're doing to make sure that mothers who don't want children don't have them. Because mothers who don't want to have children have a very hard time, if not an impossible time, being good mothers. You have to, and the ones that want to, if we can have just a society of kids who were wanted by their mother, we will have such a better human community, and all of these achievements and the stuff that we can do will improve wonderfully. We need to talk about death and the reality that it is an inseparable part of life.